The following is a segment from Mutare's April 6 seminar focused on enterprise cybersecurity, the growing threat of targeted attacks on the enterprise voice network, and what organizations can do now to protect their networks, their people, and their operations. Visit our YouTube channel for more segments from this presentation.
The bad guys are improving their tradecraft every single day. Frighteningly, another organization falls victim to ransomware about every 10 seconds. That's a lot of companies with a lot of data. So why can't we just stop it? Just flip a switch, knock these guys out, arrest them, stop the access, something. Just knock this thing off. Somebody flip the switch. Well, there's a lot of reasons, and just a few of them include these guys work on commission. They are highly incentivized to break in, steal, and then sell your data. We know from successful sales organizations, the people who work on commission tend to work hard, really hard. And these guys do not fall short. They work extremely hard at trying to break into your stuff and to get your data. They can also develop new techniques at frightening speed. There's no penalty to these guys for getting it wrong. If they don't catch somebody or their scripts don't work perfectly, they just adjust them and then they try again or they try the next victim. So unlike traditional business, there's no penalty for getting it wrong. They don't have to go through huge testing periods. They don't get in trouble with their bosses for not having a successful campaign, because we'll see that the specialties have been kind of siloed out. So there's a lot of upside and there's almost no downside. So as an example of that and these emerging techniques, take a look at the bottom of this slide. Does anyone have hair or dust on their screens? Anybody seeing that? These images are made to look like hair or dust, and they are linked to a URL. When you reach up to brush the dust off your touchscreen laptop or your monitor, you're actually triggering that link, and you find yourself victim to a watering hole attack, downloading malware on your PC, or worse. When that URL requests a domain resource, people don't realize that Windows tries to authenticate in the background, sending the bad guys hashes of your local security credentials. These hashes are then run against something called rainbow tables, or they're cracked by programs running on GPUs to the tune of millions of passwords a second. The attacker can easily have control of your machine in just 1 minute or less.
I'm going to admit, Chris, that when you presented these slides, I tried touching that. I thought I had something in my mind. So I'm one of them. I mean, that's just what it is. That's just what it is to be a human.
Yeah, and these are just cheaply crafted, quickly made images, but that speck of dust will get you. I know plenty of people who put their thumb on the speck of dust right there under the letter B on this slide and tried to wipe it away clicking off the URL.
Unbelievable.
Easy to, unfortunately, watch it happen. But the good news, at least there's consequences for the bad guys. No, I'm kidding. There really isn't. In the movies, the good guys usually eventually prevail and the bad guys get their comeuppance. But that is not the case in the real world when we're talking about cybercrime. Yes, you may have heard about a few high-profile cases and a few high-profile or big names. But if you compare the number of stories you've heard about arrest, extradition, and conviction to the number of ransomware events that are occurring, hacks, and phishing campaigns, the ratio of success in finding, arresting, extraditing, convicting, and actually penalizing the bad guys is so small as to almost not be worth considering. Do you remember on the earlier slide that part about ransomware attacks every 10 seconds? We do not hear about a new arrest or a conviction every 10 seconds. Think about this. According to MCSoft, the effective enforcement rate for cybercrime in the US is estimated at 0.5%. For those of you who are bad at math, what that means is that out of 2,000 cybercrimes, 1 is prosecuted. Also, those numbers are only related to cybercrimes that we became aware of. The best crimes, maybe even just the good ones, go unnoticed, and many, many more go unreported. Why? It's because companies don't want their names associated with a cyber attack or in a headline, or some member of staff or management decide to cover it up instead of talking about it. But it's okay. Our best and brightest have their eyes on this problem. Government, meaning your and my tax dollars, have a handle on this, a plan, tools, and more. Universities, the epicenter of great thinking and emerging knowledge, surely have a solution. Nope, they don't either. As a matter of fact, government, higher education, and of course healthcare, one of our most vital services, remain extremely targeted and very susceptible. Even 911 services, your last ditch helpline, have been brought down by ransomware. And that is a very, very scary thought.